This is what gets the little see more button pressed on Facebook. This is what buys the most expensive thing you could possibly buy, which is attention from the customer. Attention is the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
And this is how you buy attention. Welcome to the Maven Marketing Podcast. Today is Maven Monday. I'm your host, Brandon Welch, and I'm here for the second time with Leslie Jo Clark, aka the Queen of Concert Set Lists. She will take you to a concert, and she will go up front, and she will leave with an official set list. I've seen her do it. She got Joe Walsh's actual set list from the concert we went to.
Eagle set list is probably
How many are
at
you
the
up
top
to
of the
now?
list. Honestly, probably a dozen. It's my party trick. I will get the set list. I will leave with a little treat. I love a concert.
So take Leslie to concerts with you. Just in case you didn't remember, this is the place where we help you eliminate waste in advertising, grow your business, and achieve the big dream. And today is all about headlines that make ads sell more so that you can achieve the big dream, right? And we're going to eliminate waste in advertising in the process and grow some businesses.
Yeah,
so
let's do
thank you
it.
so much for being here.
Of course, yeah.
We think as marketers, well, we need to write some ads, and the job of the ad is to sell the product. And that is partially true, but in order for the ad to sell, it has to first get read or paid attention to. And the job of the headline is to get the ad to be read or paid attention to. And so it's actually not as much a product of just being abundantly creative as much as it is having a formula to disrupt human attention. Predictability is what gets ads ignored, but unpredictability, along with a little bit of cunningness and a little bit of sudden alignment of truth, is what gets the rest of the ad read. And today we have Leslie back because she is absolutely not only the queen of set lists, she is the queen of headlines.
I'm queen of copy.
And she is just the most punchy writer that we've ever had inside Frank and Maven. I'm so honored to have you here.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing us your wisdom. So a few months ago, Leslie was challenged with teaching our team a little bit of her magic. And the thing about writing is that it's very hard to teach. And she's done a wonderful job with 5 tactics that are going to make even an average writer better. And you're going to be able to follow these. And so we're just going to jump right into them.
Yeah, absolutely. So first thing to preface, headlines are the first impression of anything anyone's seeing. And this could be a headline at the top of your website. This could be a headline on a Facebook ad. This could be an email subject line. But these are just 5 methods for a process that I fall back on when I don't have the gas in my tank anymore. I'm not feeling very creative. This is a process that I teach to all of my friends that meet me and say, I'm not creative. How do you do it? It's all formula. You got to have something to fall back on when you, like I said, just don't have that gas in the tank.
Leslie is that friend for you today.
Absolutely. So we'll just go ahead and jump right in. Method number 1 is called writing in opposites. And the concept of writing in opposites is juxtaposing 2 contrasting ideas in a way that highlights how they're different and creates a very punchy, memorable impact. You've heard 100,000 of these. This is a method that Apple really leans into heavy. Some examples: light in your backpack, heavy on features; mega power, mini sized.
I've seen those. I've seen that tactic at play.
Yeah, so it's really niching down on the opposites: mega, mini, light, heavy. So the steps on how you write like this, step number 1, you write down all of the features you'd like to highlight. Let's workshop it live, right? If I'm writing down features for a roofing company, I might want to focus on how fast I can get in to get your roof put on, or how fast my follow-up is, or that I'll give you a price right away. That's kind of what I mean by you write down the features you'd like to highlight. What's the topic that you're niching down on?
So you might have fast, you might have clean, you might have easy to work with, quick on response, slow on pushiness.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you find your one key feature, and then you just find a funny, clever opposite to that. If it's fast to respond, slow to let you down. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What if we were to do this with Frank and Maven? You might have big results, smaller spend.
Yeah. That's such a good one.
Yeah. We often are known for actually reducing a marketing budget and making it more effective. Like that's a thing we have a track record of doing.
Yeah.
Nate, the camera guy, I might add, would be quietly working, loudly producing.
I love it. Right? Absolutely. So, that is right in opposites.
Paired opposites. Slim payment, fat data plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Modest price, mighty speed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love this tactic because literally anybody can do it. I would just write a line down the middle of the paper and
Mhm.
write all the positive things about it and all the negative things about it.
Yeah.
Or the negative things about the category and then the positive things that the product divides. And then you're going to see too that just within a
Mhm.
couple of minutes
Just
align.
line up real easy.
Yep.
My first caveat to any of these methods is do not overthink it. Don't cram it into a box it's not meant to belong in. If you're having too much trouble, move on. The minute you start to overthink it is the minute the whole process kind of tanks. This is meant to be a brainless operation, a
Mm.
brainless way to write creative.
Yes. So somebody stops and they go, wow, I've never heard it said like that.
Mhm.
That's disrupting that predictability that we're trying to get to, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So tell us another way, tactic number 2 for disrupting predictability,
Tactic
writing
number 2
ads that
is
sell.
my personal favorite. It's called the mullet. This is business message in the front, party in the back.
Mhm.
And the steps to this are step number 1, say what you need to say simple, and then add a little smile. So a couple examples that I've got for you guys today. Everything must go except for Janet and Billing, she stays. Or made from an
I
old
love that.
recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, made from an old recipe that we stole from an old family.
Yeah. So this is probably easy enough for people to do on the
Mhm.
front end because the front part of this is actually boring. This is the
Mhm.
ad speak that gets most writers in trouble.
Yeah.
They say 105 years of experience, but that would be the business in front. That would be the
106 years old.
yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. 105 years of experience. We have 47 15-year-olds working. Right.
Yeah.
So I love that because it's just so simple. Just say
Mhm.
the thing that you were probably going to write if you were an skilled ad
Mhm.
writer.
And then take a minute to be goofy.
Yeah. And then, go have a walk. Go, I don't know. I would probably talk to my 6-year-old
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
get some of that energy.
Mhm.
Side little tactic here, go absorb something funny. Go watch your favorite sitcom. Go listen to a comedian and then go take a nap.
Mhm.
Literally go take a nap,
Come back around to
come
it.
back around,
Yeah.
wake up. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have this magic idea pop in your head. And that is, I think that's what creative people do somewhat accidentally, but you're going to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
So
Take a step.
it's a side
Take a
little
step away and come back.
tactic for the mullet. Do
So
you have any
that's
other
the
mullets?
mullet.
Do you have any other mullets to share with us?
No contracts, no kidding.
Love that.
This bottle is made from 50% recycled plastic. We're still working on the rest. Yeah, so
Yeah. So you have to have permission to have a little fun. So
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, the mullet.
Number 3. This might be my actual favorite tactic. I use this one quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just naturally.
This next method is called repetition and repetition. You find your hero message and say it twice. A couple examples of this that everyone knows. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Absolutely.
The best thing to happen to iPhone since iPhone. This one is really, really popular. You'll start hearing it everywhere now that you've heard me
Yeah.
talk about it, but say it once, say it again.
Dollar Shave Club was shave time, shave money.
Love it. Yeah. Repetition.
Yeah.
So, step 1 is determine the main idea that you want to communicate. Say 15%, dollar shave,
Yeah.
free installation, whatever that thing is.
Free installation, free of hassles.
Yeah.
I think on one of our roofing clients we say stress-free, mess-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, another couple examples, 0 buffering, 0 limits, 0 worries, all the data, all the speed, all the time. Just latch on to that phrase and put a little cadence to it.
Love it. Easy enough, right?
Easy enough.
Pick a word, repeat it, and put another word after it.
Yeah.
Cool. Number 4, twisting a popular phrase. Now, Leslie
Yeah.
is the master at this one.
Yes. Okay. So, bear with me. Twist popular phrase is probably the most complicated of all of these methods, but it's also the most brainless. It requires the least amount of thinking, the least amount of creativity. There is a true and tried formula to this method.
You
So I'm
might
gonna
even
walk
be able
you
to use
through.
AI to do this one.
Probably,
Hell,
yeah, you probably could.
most people are
Mhm.
freaking out about, I'm going to have ChatGPT do all my ads for me. No, that's not going to work.
Feed it a formula and lean in.
But feed it a formula and
Yeah.
say, give me 20 others like this.
Mhm.
Show them what this is.
Yeah,
That
so
just disrupted you.
when you twist a popular phrase, this is taking a phrase that people already know in their everyday lives. This is something that they've already heard. They're already familiar with. It's going to be really easy for them to hold on to and remember from your brand because they know it outside of you. But you twist it and you make it your own.
Love
So, a couple examples to illustrate what this sounds like: create beauty like a beast, survival of the quickest, love it first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth sight. So it's phrases that feel
Now, I
familiar.
want you to just imagine you're flipping through a magazine or you're flipping through Facebook or you um, are dazed out on a commercial break for radio because everybody else is just throwing ad speak at you. They're saying, combine years of experience and come experience the difference and all these empty, meaningless, flaccid ad phrases, right?
Mhm.
And then somebody comes along and says, survival of the quickest. And it's like, oh, I almost, your brain is always listening for a pattern, right?
Mhm.
And once it thinks that the pattern is a repeated pattern that it knows, it actually is the mechanism inside our brains is like reducing our attention so that it can save energy. It
Mhm.
saves strain on our eye muscles and our ear muscles and all the inner workings of our brain that give energy to processing thought. The brain actually wants to stop thinking about things it already knows. It needs to save energy for the new, exciting, and different, right? Well, survival of the
Quickest.
our brains filled in fittest before because we've heard that a gazillion times, but you say quickest, you've surprised Broca. It's the
Mhm.
Broca's area of the brain. So think about love at first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth sight. You're stopping. This is what gets the little see more button pressed on Facebook. This is what buys the most expensive thing you could possibly buy, which is attention from the customer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Attention is the most expensive thing.
Yeah.
And this is how you buy attention.
All right, so let me teach you how to do it. I'm going to actually workshop a live example when I teach this to you. Step number one, you're going to collect all of your brand words. Some people call this mind mapping, but I recommend grab a sheet of paper and a pencil and sit down and write about your brand. My example today is going to be I'm going to sell you a stick of deodorant today,
Hmm.
right? So whenever I think of deodorant, I think of sticky, hot, sweaty, fresh odor, stick, smell, vanilla, lavender,
Powder.
yeah,
Yeah.
any words that come to mind are relevant here. Write them down.
Streak. Yeah.
Yeah, write them down. Step number two is you're going to take all of those words that you've mind mapped and you're going to, my favorite website for this is Rhyme Zone, but there's a million
Hmm.
different engines out there that will spit out rhymes back at you, but you're going to find rhymes for all of the words that you have word mapped.
Hmm.
I'm going to take sweaty for an example.
Okay.
So sweaty, ready, petty, confetti, spaghetti,
Richard Petty.
Richard Petty. Yeah. So you're gonna find all of your rhymes. Write those down underneath your
Spaghetti.
original mime spaghetti. Write down all of your words that you've mind mapped. And step number three is you're going to look up idioms for all of these words. An idiom is a phrase that we know to have a meaning that means something different. For example, break the ice. It's
Yeah.
raining cats and dogs. That's an
Yeah.
idiom.
Right. Yes.
A
Sorry.
popular phrase. A
Yeah.
popular phrase. And again, there's different generators out there in the world for idioms. Just look up idiom generator
Not
on
idiot
Google.
generator, but idiom generator.
Idiom
Right.
generator. And you're going to put all of your rhyming words back into this calculator. So my examples were ready, putty, confetti, spaghetti.
Right.
Plug all of those words individually back in. And you're going to get popular phrases, quotes, idioms spit back out at you. So a couple examples when I put in ready
Yeah.
are ready, willing, and able, ready, set, go, just phrases that we've heard.
Yeah.
So then you're going to take your original word.
Hmm.
Mine was sweaty, that rhymed with ready, that I put into ready, set, go.
Yeah.
You're going to replace your brand word. So now it becomes sweaty, willing, and able, sweaty, set, go. It just sneaks your
Love it.
brand word back into a popular idiom.
Love it. So that was the most simple breakdown of an extremely complicated thing. Most creatives that just come up with that stuff, their brains connect those patterns. You just gave everybody who gets writer's block keys out of that jail.
That's my hope.
You did.
Mhm.
I know that you did. Because you're finding a rhyming word and then you're throwing it into a machine, finding idioms that come up with that, and then you're replacing your brand word with that word.
We're trying to get over creative block here.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
And Leslie is like a bad mamma jamma when it comes to like banging out really good creative stuff. And this is now we know how she does it. So
Yeah. Thank you so much.
there's talent in there too. What you're going to find out is this is just going to spark, if nothing else, it's going to spark ideas that pull you out of cliche mode,
Mhm.
pull you out of predictability. And that is the number one goal, right?
100%. Yeah. Another caveat here is you will come up with a ton of trash.
Yeah.
Write it down. Write it down. Don't discard it because it doesn't immediately sound good to you. Thoughts inspire thoughts, inspire thoughts. Keep going.
Take a nap,
Yeah.
come
Keep
back
going.
to
Come
it.
back to it. Yeah.
And then next morning in the shower, because you've done all this work, like 3 ideas are going to hit you.
100%.
And then I have this really weird thing that happens sometime early in the morning. An ad I was working on 3 days ago, it'll hit me early in the morning, and I'll write it down, and then later in the day I'll finish and chase that idea. So,
Mine is the minute I go to bed.
oh, that's a bummer.
No, it's a blessing and a curse. We
yeah.
all have our peak times.
So we just need to let you off at noon and
Truly. Yeah.
send
I'll
you home
go
to sleep.
live my life and work at 1 a.m.
We have one more tactic.
Yeah, guys, one more tactic for you today. This one is rhyming. Everyone loves a good rhyme. Everyone knows how to rhyme. Just repeating those similar sounds. So, bounty, the quicker picker upper. That's bounty, right?
Yeah.
Quicker picker
the
upper.
quilted quicker picker upper.
Is it? Okay, there's one
Yes.
more rhyme in there that I
They did
neglected.
alliteration and rhyming.
Yeah.
Quilted quicker picker upper.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Bounty.
Another
Yeah.
popular one that you guys probably know is beans means Heinz. That's a good one, a good rhyming example.
Yeah. And reverse alliteration, kind of, because it's got the Z.
Yeah, you're just trying to repeat that similar sound in there so that you can sink a little hook right into the brain, if you will.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah, so step 1, again, mind map all of your brand words. Anything that you might feel relevant to your service, your product, your brand, your colors, your anything relevant to you, mind map it and write it down.
You can thank Frank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Frank and Manny.
And then I'm gonna plug RhymeZone again. It's rhymezone.com. That's my personal favorite. Put all of those words right back into a rhyming generator and just write everything down and see what starts to connect itself.
Love that. Do you have any other examples for us for the rhyming part?
Yeah, a couple final examples there. I was writing a couple headlines for a car dealer. Shout out Corey Bunger. But a couple headlines I wrote for him are a dealership without the gamesmanship. Thought that one was really fun. And then guaranteed, warranted, warp speed.
Ooh.
Rhyming headlines.
That could go for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Corey has another one. Corey the Car Cowboy has another one that we use a lot. Selling cars like
candy bars.
Selling cars like candy bars. Putting dreams in driveways, right? Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't advertising more fun when you do
when
things
you have
like
a little
this?
fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sure way to get your ad budget wasted is to write predictable cliche things. I think we all know that to be true, but yet we still do that. We still sit down and we go, oh, it's our job to write an ad out. We better write an ad that sounds like an ad.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Take all of the hype and the polish out of it. Go on a journey. Be a 5-year-old again. Make up words in the backseat in your mind. And when you need a little bit of spark to do that, Leslie's tactics are going to save you. We're going to write in opposites. Pick 2 opposite words and pair them together. We're going to use the mullet. Business in front, fun in back. Say something regular and then say something funny.
Add a twist.
Yeah. Yeah. The smart aleck remark to your business statement, right? We're going to use repetition.
We're going to use repetition.
Find your hero word and say it twice. We're going to twist a popular phrase by taking a well-known phrase and remixing it with a word from your brand. And then we're going to use rhyming. The most old-fashioned fun word trick. Guys, these are going to make you money. These are going to make people like you. They're going to make people trust you and lean into buying from you. When you put these on your website, when you put these in your emails, when you put these in your Facebook ads, and your radio ads, and your TV ads, on your billboards, that's what equals memorability. You're disrupting predictability and you're replacing it with memorability. And Leslie, I'm so glad you're here to teach us how to do that.
Yeah, I hope that these help. If you guys land on something awesome, shoot us an email. I'd love to hear what you come up with.
Hey, Leslie would love nothing more, and I would love nothing more than to see some of your headlines or your hooks. Send them in. We'll either read them here and celebrate them, or if we think we can, we'll maybe suggest some edits to them.
So, I love it, yeah.
That's Maven Monday at frankandmaven.com. We'll be back here every week answering your real-life marketing questions because marketers who can't teach you why
are just a fancy lie.
Have a great week.